Your peace of mind is your most valuable possession. This timeless truth has been understood by wise people throughout history. Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." Yet so many people struggle to find inner peace. They feel drained, exhausted, and overwhelmed. Why? Because they let everyone into their life without boundaries. Today's story will teach you a powerful lesson about protecting your peace and choosing wisely who deserves access to your energy. Stay with us till the end. I promise this story will change how you see relationships. Once in a quiet neighborhood, there lived a woman named Elena. She was 32 years old and worked as a school teacher. Elena was known by everyone as the kindest person in the community. If someone needed help, Elena was there. If someone needed to talk, Elena listened. If someone needed money, Elena gave. Her door was always open, and her phone was always available. But there was a problem. Elena was exhausted. Every day after work, instead of resting, she would receive calls from friends with their problems. Her cousin would visit unannounced and stay for hours complaining about her life. Her neighbor would knock on her door at midnight asking for favors. Her old classmates, who hadn't spoken to her in years, would suddenly message her asking for money. Elena never said no. She believed that being kind meant being available to everyone all the time. She thought that if she set boundaries, people would think she was selfish or mean. So she kept giving and giving until she had nothing left for herself. Every night, Elena would collapse into bed feeling empty. Her back hurt, her head ached, and her heart felt heavy. She couldn't remember the last time she had laughed genuinely or felt truly happy. She was surrounded by people, yet she felt completely alone. One evening, Elena's grandmother came to visit. Her grandmother was 78 years old, wise and observant. She'd been watching Elena for months and could see what was happening. As they sat together drinking tea, her grandmother asked, "Elena, my dear, why do you look so tired? You are young, but you carry the weight of an old woman." Elena sighed deeply. "Grandma, I don't know what's wrong with me. I help everyone. I'm there for everyone, but I feel so drained. I feel like I'm disappearing." Her grandmother nodded slowly. "Come with me. I want to show you something." Elena followed her grandmother to the backyard, where there was a beautiful garden. Her grandmother had been tending this garden for over 40 years. It was full of colorful flowers, herbs, and fruit trees. A small fence surrounded the entire garden. "Do you see this garden?" her grandmother asked. "Yes, Grandma, it's beautiful. You've always taken such good care of it." Her grandmother smiled. "Do you know why this garden is so healthy and beautiful?" Elena thought for a moment. "Because you water it and give it sunlight?" "That's part of it," her grandmother said, "but there's another reason. Look closely." Elena looked around and noticed the fence. It was a simple wooden fence, not very tall, but it surrounded the entire garden. Her grandmother continued, "When I first started this garden 40 years ago, I planted seeds without any fence. I watered them, cared for them, and waited for them to grow. But do you know what happened? Stray dogs would run through and destroy the plants. Wild goats would eat the vegetables. Children playing would accidentally step on the flowers. Even people walking by would pluck the fruits without asking. I kept replanting and replanting, but nothing would survive. I was working so hard but getting no results. I felt exhausted and frustrated. Then one day, your grandfather said something that changed everything." Elena listened carefully. He said, "My dear, you cannot protect what you do not fence. If you want your garden to flourish, you must create boundaries. Not because you are selfish, but because without boundaries, nothing can grow properly." Her grandmother touched the fence gently. "So I built this fence. Not a high wall to keep everyone out forever, but a boundary with a gate. Now I control who enters my garden and when. I open the gate for people I trust, for people who appreciate and respect what I've grown, but I keep it closed to those who would destroy it." She turned to Elena with wise eyes. "Elena, you are like my garden before the fence. You have so much beauty and so much to give, but you have no boundaries. You let everyone in. You let people who drain your energy, people who take without giving, people who don't respect your time or your peace. And because of this, you cannot grow. You cannot flourish." Elena felt tears forming in her eyes. Her grandmother's words struck deep into her heart. "But Grandma," Elena said, "if I set boundaries, won't people think I'm selfish? Won't they get angry with me?" Her grandmother smiled gently. "My dear child, anyone who gets angry when you set healthy boundaries is exactly the person who is benefiting from you having none. The people who truly love you will respect your boundaries. The people who only use you will disappear." She paused and continued. "Let me tell you something important. Your peace is not a public park where everyone can enter freely and leave their trash behind. Your peace is a sacred garden that you must protect. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone has earned the right to your time, your energy, or your presence." Elena listened as her grandmother went on. "You see this gate? I open it for specific people. My real friends who bring joy. My family who support me. People who water my garden as much as I water theirs. But I keep it closed for people who only come when they need something. People who criticize and complain. People who take my fruits but never plant any seeds." "Is that not being unkind?" Elena asked. "No, my child. Kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. You can be kind without being available to everyone all the time. You can be generous without being taken advantage of. You can be loving without being used."
Her grandmother picked a beautiful rose from the garden. "Look at this rose. It has thorns. Did God make a mistake? No. The thorns protect the beauty of the flower. Your boundaries are your thorns. They protect the beauty of who you are." That night, Elena couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about her grandmother's words. She realized that for years, she had been living without boundaries. She had been letting anyone and everyone access her time, her energy, her peace. She had been saying yes when she wanted to say no. She had been available when she needed to rest. She had been giving to people who never gave back. The next morning, Elena made a decision. She would build her fence. She would protect her peace. She started small. When her cousin called to complain for the third time that week, Elena said, "I love you, but I need some time for myself today. Can we talk on the weekend?" Her cousin was surprised but agreed. When her neighbor knocked at midnight asking to borrow something, Elena politely said, "I'm sorry, but I'm resting now. You can come tomorrow morning." The neighbor was annoyed but left. When old classmates messaged asking for money, Elena simply replied, "I'm not in a position to help financially right now. I hope you understand." At first, it felt uncomfortable. Elena worried about what people would think. Some people did get angry, some stopped calling altogether. But something amazing happened. The people who truly valued Elena stayed. Her real friends respected her boundaries, and their relationships actually became stronger. The people who only used her slowly disappeared from her life. And most importantly, Elena started to feel like herself again. She had energy again. She could breathe again. She started reading books she loved, taking walks in nature, and spending quality time with people who genuinely cared about her. Her smile returned. Her joy returned. Her peace returned. 3 months later, Elena visited her grandmother again. This time, she looked different. Her eyes were bright, her face was relaxed, and she was smiling genuinely. Her grandmother looked at her and smiled. "I see you've built your fence." Elena hugged her grandmother tightly. Yes, Grandma. Thank you for teaching me. I finally understand. Not everyone deserves access to me. My peace is precious, and I must protect it.
Her grandmother held her close. Remember, my dear, it's not about being mean or cold. It's about being wise. It's about knowing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. It's about understanding that saying no to others sometimes means saying yes to yourself. Elena nodded. I used to think that being kind meant being available to everyone. Now I know that real kindness starts with being kind to myself first. If I don't protect my peace, I have nothing valuable to give to anyone else. From that day forward, Elena lived differently. She chose carefully who she gave her time to. She protected her energy like a precious treasure. She said no without guilt. She created boundaries without apology. And because of this, she became happier, healthier, and more fulfilled than ever before. The truth is simple but powerful. Your peace is your responsibility. No one else will protect it for you. You must build your fence, guard your gate, and choose wisely who you let in. Not everyone deserves access to you. And that's not being selfish, that's being wise. Protect your peace, set your boundaries, and watch your life transform. Because when you protect what matters most, everything else falls into place. If you liked this story, give it a thumbs up. Comment below about how you will protect your peace starting today. Share this with someone who needs to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing stories. See you in the next story. Until then, guard your peace and know your worth.